everyone, welcome back to the channel BaluTechLines. So I think in the last class we have solved some more problems on jet transform, right? So in this lecture also we'll continue that. So this lecture and the coming lecture will be on the problems of jet transform. So after completion of that, we will move on to the problems on Fourier series. So after completion of Fourier series, we will wind up signals and systems, and then we will move on to the next subject. So let's move on to the first problem in this session. Okay, you can see this one on the screen. So the jet transform of u minus u of minus n minus 1 is what is the jet transform for this particular signal. We know that what is the jet transform of a power n u of n? So jet transform of a power n u of n is nothing but z upon z minus a, isn't it? With mod z greater than mod a, isn't it? So in the same way, the jet transform of minus a power n u of minus 1 minus 1. Okay, so this is the jet transform for this particular function is also z by z minus a simply. కాకపోతే ఇక్కడ mod z greater than mod a ఉంది. సో కాకపోతే ఇక్కడ u of minus n minus 1 ఉంది కాబట్టి mod z less than mod a వస్తుంది. Isn't it? So in this particular relation, place a is equal to 1. Okay. సో దాని నుంచి ఏమవుతుంది? a is equal to 1 పెడితే 1 power n is nothing but 1. సో కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ minus u of minus n minus 1, z transform is nothing but z upon z minus, what is the value of a value is nothing but 1, right? So z by z minus 1 with mod z less than mod a is nothing but what? 1. So కాబట్టి mod z less than 1. So therefore this is nothing but the z transform of minus u of minus n minus 1, which is nothing but z by z minus 1 with mod z less than 1. Okay, so which is nothing but option B. So simple question. So if you know the z transform of minus a power n u of minus n minus 1, then if you substitute simply a equal to 1, then you will definitely get the answer. Okay, so we'll move on to the next problem. So unit step response of a system described by the difference equation y of n plus y of n minus 1 is equal to x of n is dash. Okay, we need to find the unit step response, right? So that means if input is step, what is nothing but the output they are asking, and output will be in jet transform only. Okay, so they are not asking to find the inverse jet transform also, they are just asking to find the jet transform, right? So apply jet transform. Y of n jet transform is nothing but y of z plus y of n minus 1 jet transform is nothing but z power minus 1 into y of z is equal to x of n jet transform is nothing but x of z simply. Okay, so take y of z as common. So y of z into 1 plus z inverse is equal to x of z, isn't it? So దీనికి LCM తీసుకోండి, y of z into, so z plus 1 upon z is equal to x of z. What is x of z? It is nothing but the jet transform of input function. Input function is step function. So therefore the jet transform of the step function is nothing but z upon z minus 1. So if you substitute y of z is equal to z upon z minus 1 into, ఇది ఇటు పక్కకు వస్తే ఏమవుతుందమ్మా, z upon z plus 1 simply, right? సో ఆటోమేటిక్ అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందో చూడండి, y of z is equal to z into z ఎంత, it is nothing but z square divided by z minus 1 into z plus 1 is nothing but z plus 1 into z minus 1, right? So this is nothing but the jet transform of y of n simply. Okay, so this is how we will find the unit step response. So answer is nothing but z square upon z plus 1 into z minus 1, which is nothing but option A, right? So we will move on to the next problem. So the system function h of z is equal to z cube minus 2z square plus z by z square plus 1 by 4 into z plus 1 by 8. So this is the function actually. So it is they are given that the signal is not causal, right? Now signal causal non causal అని ఎప్పుడు చెప్తాం? సో ఒక సిస్టమ్ యొక్క ఆర్ఓ మీన్ ఒక హెచ్ ఆఫ్ జెడ్ కి ఆర్ఓసి కనుక అవుటర్ టు ద అవుటర్ మోస్ట్ సర్కిల్ ఉంటే డెఫినెట్ గా సిస్టమ్ కాజల్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, సో కానీ వాడు ఇక్కడ ఎటువంటి ఆర్ఓసి మెన్షన్ చేయలేదు. సో కానీ కాజాలిటీకి మనకి ఇంకో కండిషన్ ఉంది ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఫంక్షన్ లో. ఓకే, ఏంటి అంటే అది, ఇఫ్ ద న్యూమరేటర్ పవర్ ఈస్ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ డినామినేటర్ పవర్, డెఫినెట్లీ దెన్ ద సిస్టమ్ విల్ బి కాజల్. దేర్ మే బి ఎ ఛాన్స్. ఓకే, so they have given that the system function h of z is equal to z cube minus 2z square plus z by z square plus 1 by 4 z plus 1 by 8. This function is not causal. They have given the statement. So what we know about causality? So if the ROC consisting of outer to the outermost circle, definitely then the system will be causal, right? ఒకవేళ అలా కాకుండా అవుటర్ టు ద అవుటర్ మోస్ట్ సర్కిల్ కాకుండా ఉంటే డెఫినెట్ గా అది నాట్ కాజల్ అవుతుంది. కానీ ఇక్కడ మనకి అక్కడ వాళ్ళ ఆర్ఓసీ మెన్షన్ చేయలేదు కాబట్టి దెన్ వీ హ్యావ్ అనదర్ కండిషన్. ఏంటది? ఇఫ్ న్యూమరేటర్ పవర్ ఈస్ గ్రేటర్ దెన్ డినామినేటర్ పవర్, డెఫినెట్లీ దెన్ సిస్టమ్ మే బి కాజల్. సో ఇక్కడ చూడండి, వాడు ఏమి ఇచ్చాడు, ఇక్కడ న్యూమరేటర్ పవర్ ఇస్ గ్రేటర్ దన్ డినామినేటర్ పవర్ ఉంది. సో కానీ వాడు ఇక్కడ ద సిస్టమ్ ఇస్ నాట్ కాజల్ అన్నాడు. ఓకే, సో దేర్ఫోర్ దిస్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇస్ కంప్లీట్లీ రాంగ్. సో కమింగ్ ఆన్ టు ద రీజన్, ఇఫ్ ద న్యూమరేటర్ ఆఫ్ h of z is of lower order than that of denominator, then the system may be causal. You can see this one. If the numerator power is of lower order than that of denominator, right? అంటే న్యూమరేటర్ అనేది డినామినేటర్ కంటే తక్కువ పవర్ ఉంటే, ఓకే, ద సిస్టమ్ మే బి కాజల్, రైట్? సో ది స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇస్ పర్ఫెక్ట్లీ ఆల్ రైట్. ఎందుకని న్యూమరేటర్ పవర్ అనేది తక్కువ ఉంటే డినామినేటర్ పవర్ కంటే డెఫినెట్లీ ద సిస్టమ్ విల్ బి కాజల్. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ చూడండి ఒకసారి, ఇక్కడ న్యూమరేటర్ పవర్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది, డినామినేటర్ పవర్ తక్కువ ఉంది కాబట్టి డెఫినెట్లీ ద సిస్టమ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ కాజల్. ఎందుకని ఇక్కడ న్యూమరేటర్ పవర్, definitely the numerator power should be of lower order than that of the denominator. This condition should be satisfied for system to be causal. Okay, so ఇక్కడ చూడండి numerator power is greater than ఉంది కాబట్టి definitely the system is not causal. అచ్చా, okay, they have given that the system is not causal. Okay, so this statement will be right, sorry, the statement will be right because since the numerator power is greater than denominator power, the numerator power కంటే denominator power ఎక్కువ ఉంటే so definitely then the system will be causal. Okay, కానీ ఇక్కడ opposite లో ఉంది కాబట్టి the system is not causal and వాడు ఇచ్చిన statement correct and దానికి సంబంధించిన reason కూడా correct. Okay, so both assertion and reason are true and R is correct explanation of this. Okay, so this is, so they have given ad score for that. Right, so the unit step response of a discrete time system with transfer function h of z is equal to n upon z minus 1 into z plus 2 is given by dash. Okay, so here we are taking h of z and it is nothing but 10 upon z minus 1 into z plus 2 simply. This is nothing but h of z. So they are asked to find what is the step response. So that means by h of z is nothing but y of z by x of z, isn't it? That is equal to 10 by z minus 1 into z plus 2 simply, isn't it? So కాబట్టి y of z is equal to ఏమవుతుంది సింపుల్ గా 10 by z minus 1 into z minus 2 into x of z. X of z is nothing but what? Z upon z minus 1 simply. So కాబట్టి y of z by z calculate చేయండి. Y of z by z is equal to 10 upon z minus 1 whole square into z minus 2 simply. So if you can split by using partial fractions, it will be a by z minus 1 plus b by z minus 1 whole square plus c upon z minus 2, right? So this is nothing but y of z divided by z simply. Okay, isn't it? So we have calculated about the y of z by z, right? Yeah, you can see this one. So what is the thing that we have remained with? So we need to find a value, b value and c value by using partial fractions, and if we substitute that, you will definitely get the value for y of n. Okay, so that I am not going to do, that's your task. So I have just broken it into the different types of partial fractions. So you just apply the partial fraction and we can easily find the solution for the question. Okay, so we will move on to the next problem. Yeah, the jet transform of the jet transform corresponding to the Laplace transfer function g of s is equal to 10 upon s of y s by s plus 5. Okay, so we need to find the jet transform for this particular thing, you know. So we will start, right? So let us suppose g of s is equal to so 10 upon s into s plus 5, isn't it? So if you apply partial fractions over here, you will get a upon s plus b upon s plus 5, isn't it? So if you apply that, a into s plus 5 plus b into s, right, is equal to 1, right? Is equal to 10 actually, right? So 10 is equal to 10, right? We have 10 over the numerator. So if you substitute s is equal to minus 5, it will be cancelled out. And if you substitute here s equal to minus 5, you will get b is equal to minus 2 simply. If you substitute s is equal to 0, you will get a is equal to 2 simply. Okay, so if you take 2 as common, so then you will get g of s is equal to 2 into 1 by s minus 1 upon s plus 5, isn't it? So if you apply the inverse Laplace transfer for this function, you will get g of t. G of t is equal to 2 into 1 by s is nothing but 1 or u of t simply, minus 1 by s plus 5 is nothing but e power minus 5 t u of t simply. Okay, so this is nothing but the function g of t. Okay, so if this is the continuous time signal and we can easily apply Laplace transfer for the continuous time function. Okay, so that's very simple. But we need to find the jet transform for this function. So that means simply convert it into discrete domain signal. So t plus lane substitute n into ts, right? So cover t plus n into ts substitute yes, you will get 2 into u of n into ts minus e power minus 5 n into ts into u of n into ts. Okay, so substitute n into ts as n simply. Okay, so if you can say that g of n is equal to 2 into u of n minus e power minus 5 whole power n రాసుకోవచ్చు కదా సింపుల్ గా into u of n, right? So this will be the function. So if you apply the jet transform for this function, 2 into what is the u of n jet transform? It is nothing but z by z minus 1 minus what is nothing but a power n u of n? It is nothing but z by z minus e power minus 5 simply, isn't it? So if you take the LCM, so you will get 2 into z minus 1 into z minus e power minus 5 divided by so if you take it z as common, 2z into, you will get z minus e power minus 5 minus z plus 1, isn't it? So z cancel out with each other, then you will get the function as 2z into 1 minus e power minus 5 divided by z minus 1 into z minus e power minus 5, right? This is nothing but the z transform for the given function. Okay, So you can easily say the answer. So z into 2z into 1 minus e power minus 5 divided by z minus 1 into z minus e power minus 5, which is nothing but answer B simply. Okay. So next, the difference equation for a system is given by y of n plus 2 is equal to y of n plus 1 plus 0.16 into y of n is equal to x of n plus 1 plus 0.32 into x of n. The transfer function of the system is dash. We can easily find it. So apply z transform, you will get z power 2 into y of z plus y of n plus 1. Apply z transform, z power 1 into y of z plus 0.16 into y of n. Apply, you will get y of z is equal simply z power 1 into x of z plus 0.32 into x of z. If you take y of z on the left hand side and x of z on the right hand side, and if you send both on one side, you will get h of z is equal to simply z plus 0.32 divided by, here denominator you will get a z square plus z plus 0.16, isn't it? So you have that. So z plus 0.32 by z square plus z plus 0.16 simply, which is nothing but option A simply. Okay. Yeah, you can see this one. The homogeneous solution for the function y of n plus minus 9 by 16 into y of n minus 2 is equal to x of n minus 1. We need to find the homogeneous solution for this one, right? Simply we can easily find it out. So while finding the homogeneous function, we will make right hand side is equal to 0 simply. So then you will get y of z minus 9 by 16 into z power minus 2 into y of z. You will get is equal to how much? 0, right? So kabatti you will get, what is the auxiliary equation? You will get 1 minus 9 by 16 into z power minus 2 is equal to 0. So therefore 9 by 16 into z power minus 2 is equal to 1. So that implies z power minus 2 is equal to 16 by 9. So kabatti దాని నుంచి z square is equal to 9 upon 16. So therefore z is equal to ఏమవుతుంది plus or minus 3 by 4. So isn't it? So కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ two functions వస్తాయి. So z is equal to plus 3 by 4 ఒకటి, minus 3 by 4 ఒకటి. Roots అనేవి real and distinct కాబట్టి we already discussed in engineering mathematics how to write the solution if the roots are real and distinct. So then we can easily say that y is equal to c1 into continuous domain అయితే e power m1x. So అదే discrete domain కనుక అయితే you will get 3 by 4 into whole power n, right? Plus c2 into ఇక్కడ minus 3 by 4 వచ్చింది కాబట్టి minus 3 by 4 whole power. Then this will be the solution. Okay, so c1 into 3 by 4 whole power n plus c2 into minus 3 by 4 whole power n, which is nothing but option A. Yeah, if you can see the next problem, if the z transform of the function x of n is given this one, limit x n tends to infinity x of n is this. We know that limit n tends to infinity x of n is nothing but final value theorem. So that is equal to what? Limit z tends to 1 z minus 1 into x of z, isn't it? This we have already discussed in the theoretical concepts. So that is equal to limit z tends to 1 z minus 1 into, what is the function over there? Z into 8z minus 7, 8z minus 7 divided by 4z square minus 7z plus 3, right? So we can say that here 4 3s at 12 and we can easily write that. So 4z square minus 4z minus 3z plus 3, right? So here limit z tends to 1 z minus 1 into we can say that so here z into 8z minus 7 divided by, so here we can take 4z as common, you will get z minus 1 over here, and here 4z minus 1 you will get it, right? So covered, we can cancel z minus 1 on both sides, and if you substitute 1 into 8 minus 7 is 1 divided by 4 minus 1 is nothing but 1, you will get the value as 1 simply. So by using the final value theorem, we can easily get the solution for this thing, right? So we will move on to the next problem. Yeah. If you can see the 42nd next problem. So the final value theorem is, so we know that limit k tends to infinity x of k and all LHS are same. And we know that that is the final value theorem. So limit z tends to 1, z minus 1 into x of z. This is perfectly all right, right? So option A will be the answer. This is the direct question. So for a discrete time signal a power n u of n, the z transform is dash. We know that for a power n into u of n, what is the z transform? It is nothing but z upon z minus a. What is the ROC? With mod z greater than mod a simply. Okay, so z upon z minus a, which is nothing but option D simply. Okay. Yeah, you can see this one. The forced response of the differential equation is dash, right? So we can say that, so y of n minus 0.6 into y of n minus 1 is equal to 0.4 whole power n, right? So we can easily find the response, right? So apply z transform y of z into 1 minus 0.6 into z power minus 1 is equal to, this is nothing but 0.4 whole power n u of n, it will be z by z minus 0.4. So you can say that so y of z is equal to y of z into, if you take z as common, z minus 0.6 divided by z is equal to z upon z minus 0.4, right? So కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ y of z by z చూడండి ఏమవుతుంది, y of z by z is equal to z upon z minus 0.4 into z minus 0.6. So we can split in partial fractions, a by z minus 0.4 plus b by z minus 0.6. So automatically we can find the values of a and b, and if you apply the inverse Z transform, you will easily get the answer. Okay, and you can see that we have two poles, 0.4 and 0.6, and in the given options we have only one options like that. So therefore definitely option D will be the right answer. Okay, so you can see the next problem over here. Let u of n be the unit step function, and x of n is equal to 1 by 2 whole power n u of n plus 1 minus 1 by 3 whole power n u of n, and the ROC is dash. 1 by 2 whole power n u of n kenti, the ROC mod z greater than mod a, isn't it? Similarly, minus 1 by 3 whole power n u of n is nothing but mod z greater than mod a, right? So కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ చూడండి mod z greater than 1 by 2 as it is గా ఉంటది. mod z greater than mod of minus 1 by 3 అంటే it is nothing but 1 by 3, right? సో కాబట్టి mod z greater than 1 by 2 1 by 3 అంటే ఫస్ట్ 1 by 3 ఉంటుంది చిన్నది కాబట్టి, ఆ తర్వాత 1 by 2 ఉంటుంది, this will be 1 by 2 and this will be 1 by 3. సో కాబట్టి mod z greater than 1 by 3 it will be over like this, and mod z greater than 1 by 2 it will be like this. Where is common ROC? You can find it as common ROC will be mod z greater than 1 by 2 simply. Okay, so this is nothing but the answer, mod z greater than 1 by 2, which is nothing but option C. Okay, so if Z transform of a sequence x of n is equal to 1 1 minus 1 1 is x of z, so we know already. So the value of x of 1 by 2 is this. This is very simple. So x of n, you can say that we can easily find x of z, right? So this will be the 0 sample, this is first sample, this is second, and this is third sample. So therefore you will get z power 0 plus 1 into z power minus 1 plus minus 1 into z power minus 2 minus 1 into z power minus 3, isn't it? So definitely, so if you substitute that, so x of 1 by 2, if you substitute, x of 1 by 2 is equal to z power 0 is nothing but 1 plus 1 by 2 whole power minus 1, it is nothing but 2 plus 1 by 4 whole power minus 2, it will be 4 plus 1 by 8 whole power minus 2, it will be 8. 8 plus 4 12, 12 plus 2 14 plus 1 is 15. So therefore x of 1 by 2 is nothing but 15, right? So which is nothing but option D. Okay, very simple. So Z transform మీద మీరు ఇంకా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తూ ఉండండి. సో మీకు ఎటువంటి ఎప్పుడైనా ఏదైనా డౌట్ వచ్చినా ఏదైనా ప్రాబ్లమ్ చేయలేకపోయినా సో డెఫినెట్గా మీరు కమెంట్ బాక్స్లో ప్లేస్ చేయండి. డెఫినెట్లీ ఐ విల్ ప్లేస్ ద సొల్యూషన్. అండ్ మీకు ఎటువంటి డౌట్ వచ్చినా కానీ మీరు కమెంట్ బాక్స్లో పెట్టండి. ఓకే, అండ్ మీకు తెలిసిన గేట్ ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యే వాళ్ళు ఎవరైనా ఉంటే సో డెఫినెట్లీ షేర్ అవర్ ఛానల్ టు దెమ్. ఓకే, సో వీ విల్ మీట్ ఇన్ ద నెక్స్ట్ లెక్చర్ విత్ ద కంటిన్యూషన్ ఆఫ్ బిట్స్ ఆన్ జెట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్. అంటిల్ దెన్ టేక్ కేర్ అండ్ బై.